Okay, and we're back to make with another craft project today. Today what we're going to make are some fake flowers, and these kind of flowers are used in all sorts of things. They're used in floats for parade, they're used in weddings, they're used in decorating for like proms or sports team kind of a things. And when we used to make them back in the day, we used to use just regular tissues out of a box that the type of tissues that you'd blow your nose with, more or less. I only have white, so I thought it would be prettier if we used some different colors. So I've got some tissue paper, and I've cut it down into, same sizes. So I'm going to use red and yellow because that just happened to be the colors that I had here. Um, if they're square, usually tissues are square. I cut them in a rectangle. I don't know why, but if they're square, then you would just like take them and cut them in half before you start, so that you sort of do have like a rectangle shape to begin with. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I've got them all, they don't have to be exactly. Actually, a little bit off kind of makes a prettier flower, really. So I do want to kind of line these edges up, though. All right, I'm going to line these edges up and start folding. And I'm just going to fold like this, and then like this, like an accordion. And then back like this, and flip it over and like this. So if you can see, I'm making like an accordion. If you want to keep those folded up. So just keep doing that back and forth, until you get the whole thing folded up into zigzags. So I'm almost there. And again, if you are getting married, you might use your wedding colors. If you are doing this for a school or a team sport, you might do your team colors. Okay, so here we got, you've got like a zigzag. If you can see on both sides, it's a zigzag. Okay, so you would probably use string for this. I didn't happen to have any string handy, but I have a little bit of ribbon left over from some Christmas wrappings. So I'm going to go ahead and take this in the middle, wrap it around, and then I'm going to tie it in a tight knot, really tight knot. You don't want to use like thread, especially like with tissues, because it'll cut it and it'll rip it. So you do need to use string, or actually it looks like, this ribbon is actually working pretty, not too bad. Not too bad there. So I just tied that in a tight knot, and then I'm going to fan out my two. It's a little off. Try to keep it even. So I'm going to scoot it down like that. Okay. So I'm going to open up like that. And that's not it. I mean, that's kind of a little pretty little something, but that's not it. Now you go in there and you grab each individual layers. And also I only did 4. You probably want to do a lot with the tissues. The more you do, and you just peel it away. So that's the first layer of yellow. The more layers you do, the more fuller a flower you're going to end up with, and it's going to look better. It's going to be the more layers that you do, the better your final product of your flower is going to look. I'm going to just bend that up. So there's like that, and then I'm going to grab the other side, and I'm going to pull that up. Just do the same thing again. And as you're doing it, you kind of want to shape it and get it rounded. You don't really want it to look like 2 separate halves. You kind of want to pull at it and get it to look like one whole. I remember like any time in our family that there was a wedding or something, we would sit around for hours making these flowers to decorate the wedding cards. I don't know if they really even do that as much anymore. I think maybe not. But maybe it's something you'd want to bring back. Or you could even, this could be like a cute little, you could do so many things. I mean, use your imagination. It could be a cute little hair clip or something. You could tie it in a ribbon in your hair. You could do a lot of things with it. So I'm not going to fuss over this too much. Again, you want to make it look, you don't want to notice that there's 2 sides. You want it to look like a real flower. So then I'm grabbing it by the ribbon. I'm kind of going like that and kind of shaping it. And then if you wanted to too, you could come back and trim off, there's a little weird spot hanging out there. Just give it a little trims to make it look a little better. And there you go. Sweet little flower Super easy, super fun, fun craft idea. If you make a ton of them, you can get everybody together and make a ton of them, and you can decorate a whole room or a car. So it's a sweet little flower. You can make them any color you want, any size you want. If you want them bigger, you just use bigger sheets. And they come out really cool, and it's a really fun thing. So here's another craft idea. Kids can get involved too, absolutely. Check out my channel for some additional tutorials on craft cooking and some other things to come. Till next time.